When Michael told me never to open the bottom drawer of his desk, I didn't think much of it. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't explain. He just said it quietly, almost pleading. And because I loved him, I obeyed. For 32 years, I dusted around that drawer. I moved boxes, rearranged furniture, cleaned every corner of that study, but I never touched it, not once. I believed that love meant trust, that marriage meant boundaries, that respecting his privacy was part of respecting him. And I thought that meant we were solid. I thought it meant we understood each other. I thought it meant care. But then he got sick, the kind of sickness the doctors explain carefully, with words that sound gentle but feel sharp, the kind that doesn't leave room for next summer or next year, just a slow fading of a person you thought you'd have forever. One night, when the house felt too quiet and too loud all at once, he took my hand and whispered, "Evie, if I go first, please wait a month before opening the drawer." His eyes were tired, soft, like he already knew I would one day look. I nodded, but something inside me shifted. 3 weeks later, he was gone. The house did not feel like my house anymore. It felt like an exhibit of our life. His slippers by the door, his coat draped over the dining chair, his handwriting still on the grocery list. Silence sat everywhere like dust. I waited 30 days. Not because I believed in the rule, but because grief makes time strange. On the 31st morning, I walked into his study. I didn't hesitate. I didn't breathe. I just sat down and pulled the handle. Inside were letters, bundles of them, tied with faded ribbon, dozens upon dozens, stacked carefully as if each one was something breakable. But they were not addressed to me. They were addressed to someone named Anna. My heart didn't break. Not then, not yet. It simply paused, like it was trying to understand the shape of what it had just seen. The first letter was dated 5 years before we married. I opened it. "Anna," it began, "I don't know how to move forward without you. I don't know how to breathe in a world where you do not exist beside me." I sat very still, not crying, not shaking, just learning the truth of my own life. I opened another and another. Each letter was a piece of the man I thought I knew, a man who had loved someone so deeply it carved a permanent hollow inside him, a hollow I had unknowingly lived beside for decades. Then I found a single envelope with my name on it, only one. Evie. I opened it slowly, like unwrapping a wound. If you are reading this, I am gone. I tried to love you with everything I had left, but some parts of me were buried long before I met you. You deserve more than what I could give. I am sorry. No explanation, no repair, just truth, final and quiet. I didn't scream. I didn't tear the letters. I didn't drop to the floor. I simply understood that I had spent 32 years loving a man who had given me the part of himself that remained, not the part that was whole. Understood that I had mistaken stability for intimacy. Understood that I had been lonely long before he died. The grief did not hit me all at once. It came in small, surprising places. The grocery store, the kitchen sink, folding laundry. Grief lives in the ordinary. I found myself sitting at the dining table, the same one where I had buttered his toast every morning, staring at nothing, realizing I had built my life around a love that was never entirely mine. I called his sister. She answered softly, like someone expecting bad news. "I found the letters," I said. My voice was steady, but my hands were not. Her silence was not shock. It was recognition. "I thought he told you," she whispered. "He wanted to, but he never could." "Did he love me?" I asked. She took a long breath. "Yes, But he loved you with the part of himself that survived, not the part that was whole. And that is a different kind of love. I realized then that I had accepted half love because I believed being chosen second was still being chosen. That realization was the heartbreak. The next morning, I gathered every letter, every ribbon, every memory of a woman I never knew. I placed them gently into a box, not with rage, not with hate, but with clarity. I went to the ocean. The wind was cold, but I didn't feel it. Grief has its own temperature. I opened the box and let the letters fall. The tide took them piece by piece. I did not watch them disappear. I didn't need to. Some ghosts do not need to be fought, only released. I did not forgive him. Forgiveness requires a request, but I freed myself, and that was enough. Some people love loudly, some love quietly, and some love in fragments they never learned how to gather. I lived a life beside a man who loved me in pieces, but now I am learning to love myself whole, and I am not afraid of the quiet anymore.